Right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
You're rolling. Tell them, introduce the people.
Oh, we're starting. Hey, good morning and welcome to Pop Culture Clobbering Time.
Wait a minute, you
We got a
started?
great show for you.
Hey, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I
You can
say,
hear-
have we got a great show for you? That's where you're supposed to click the play button. Are we not doing that anymore? That's
Oh,
the
boy.
That's the
wrong
wrong
one.
thing. That's why we can't have nice things.
Welcome, everybody, to Pop Culture Clobbering Time. This is where three idiots get together and ramble on about comic books. There.
What a golden introduction that was. We couldn't do that again if we tried.
No.
Tune in next week. Well,
Listen, I've watched so many shows that tell you how to do YouTube, and they say don't do that. And you do it every time. As soon as someone turns it on and they're like, oh, I want to watch the show. Oh, there's a big long intro.
That's not long.
we were just waiting for all our friends to pile in the chat, like John's Comics with Kids. Good to see you this morning, man.
Yes.
Oh,
our
man.
friend is joining us live.
Oh, by the way, I like to send some love out to Los Angeles. My main man, El Hombre, did that thing. Hit home runs number 699 and 700. Shout out to my main man, our Pujols.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it down for the Cardinals.
Good morning, Unruly Simeon.
Good morning, Unruly. Woo!
So I was watching the New York Warriors auction last night, and they kept talking about somebody that they want to hit another home run. Who would that be? Would it be a Yankee?
Aaron Judge.
I got you.
And you know who's lining up to buy that baseball? Todd. Who bought Mark McGuire's baseball?
McFarlane.
Todd McFarlane. I hear he's a comic book dude.
He is.
But there's an article talking about how he's lining up to buy that Aaron Judge baseball.
Show it again.
You know what are you doing? If you would have watched last week's Sketch 'em Up, you would have got one of these. Look at that beauty.
Nice.
Have you heard the word of doom?
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody that watched last week's Sketch 'em Up. You know who you are. You were supposed to be, if you watched it live, you were supposed to send me your info, and I would have sent you one of these babies. Ooh, free. But now it's over with. You can't have them. I'm throwing these away.
They missed your chance.
Yeah. I sent some to, I think, Biggie and Fun Comics.
Yeah, Biggie showed on Instagram yesterday. You got that Hogan Doom sticker you did, and
I did that. I got this bad boy here, and finally printed it off. I also sent him. He wasn't impressed with those. The two sketch cards that I did, the Dr. Doom, and Darkseid. I sent Funk Comics, the Ben Grimm, the spiky Ben Grimm, the mutated Big Grimm, which, man, he's never looked better, right, Jamie?
That's right.
I still got a whole bunch of the cards I was doing. I was going crazy, man. I was just like, I'm going to draw a bunch, boom, 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 boom. And then Jamie came in and killed everything. It was just like, no, I'm back.
That's my brand. Come in and
just
shut down the show.
Fun
we
bad.
We can get both y'all to start do some sketches one time.
That's what everybody says. I might have to cave in and do it one of these days.
I know you can only Space 1999 stuff. So
nobody wants to see that.
Let's see if you can stretch your your tool to do other things.
Well, I'd love to have you on Sketch 'em Up as an actual sketcher.
All right.
You know, one of these days. It would be a whole hour before he started like actually putting pencil to paper, though. It'd be like, I got a knee here. It's a space knee. No, but hey, guys, what are we doing here today? We're going crazy, man. It's my pick. Remember that a while back we invited everybody to pick which of the top 10s we were going to do. First, we started off with Jamie because everybody loves Jamie, right? What was it? The most underrated, underexposed
Characters.
And then we went crazy with that, and I just turned it into a pitch meeting for movies, and which I'm going to do here today. Yeah. Coach picks things. Okay. Go ahead, Coach. Do up. Come on, Coach.
He was singing before we started.
Okay,
last chance, the last chance for love.
Okay. So today we are talking about our favorite, not your favorite, our favorite top 10 Kirby characters that we either love or we just love to think about.
You know, Kirby he's created so many characters. It was definitely hard to choose, narrowed it down to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I could have listed probably 10 or more. I mean, much respect.
He actually did. He started helping Vic with his. So
hey,
there was a lot of collusion going on here.
Let me just tell you, there are so many Kirby characters. Gabe Jones didn't even make the list, and he integrated the army.
No,
the
listen.
I'm just
listen.
saying.
He went, hey, I want to get my guys over. So I'll just pick your guys. And so then Al will vote for a certain way. And then, you know what? It's good. I will be number 1. That's what Jamie wanted. He wanted to be number 1 on the Kirby list. He was mad.
Winner and 3 nobody remembers.
Yeah. Hey, Gore Vidal's there.
I am the least competitive person. I don't care what order we put these in as long as we entertain the people.
All right. Well, then make mine all number 1. Okay? I'm number 1. Hold on a minute. Gore's there. I'll be right back.
See, there's a theme to this. So I was calling Victor's picks this week, and I included John Stewart and Storm as his favorite Kirby creations, and he's like, yeah.
Listen, he agreed to that. He didn't know John Stewart was a Denny Cohen or Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams creation, and I was like, I don't know, Vic. I don't know about that.
See, I've been trying to train him up, and I thought it was all starting to sink in, and then.
Well, my problem is I trust you guys implicitly.
That's where it all went wrong.
So you're the guy that gets an F in school because he's the guy next to him that's failing himself goes, hey, these are the right answers. He was trolling Vic, man. I don't like that. Good morning, Gore. Hey, Gore. I got something for you. You probably don't want me to have your address, but you probably haven't watched the last couple of Sketch 'em Ups. And I have something for you. He suggested I do Captain Harlock with one of my sketches. Okay? And I did this for you, Gore. So if you want it, hit one of us up and I'll send this to you. Free of charge.
There you go.
Captain Harlock. I did it, Gore.
He did it. He know he did it.
Okay. So
that type of cheering your daughter does.
Yeah.
You guys ready for the main event, right?
Let's get this rolling.
Yes.
Let's talk about Andor and She-Hulk.
Shulky.
Well, let's share a screen.
I can't do it. I've been booted out.
Oh well. So what order are we going in again?
I assume mine will always last.
Okay, this is gonna shock some people.
What? How's he 10? What? No, he's not 10. Is he?
Hey, all I'm saying is he made my list. He didn't make anybody else's list. let's talk about Doom for a second, or Doctor Doom for a second, okay?
Yeah,
First of all, best first name ever.
Doctor.
Victor.
Yeah.
Oh, Victor. Victor. Oh, got it.
Yes.
Did you know his name, Vic? I wanted to know. And did you know his real
Yes,
first
I
name?
did know it.
Okay.
And not just because of the episode of Big Bang Theory. But yes, I do. Dr. Victor Von Doom.
That gives me
Now,
gas.
I recently acquired some comic books that he's featured in, like Fantastic Four #5. It's a digital copy. I didn't pay for it. And I'm going to read them, but I don't know anything about him except for I was reminded that he was in that really bad Fantastic Four movie. But I think this could be like the baddest dude. I mean,
3 of them.
he kicked Thanos' butt in a second just based on name alone.
Oh, that's
And
it.
plus
That's
he
why
was
you pick
green.
him.
I'm a sucker for green. Yeah, I know nothing about Victor Von Doom except for he sounds intimidating as all get out.
And that's why he's number 10, because you didn't know anything about him.
Hey, what number did you have him?
Probably 2. That was in your subset. Sorry. So there you go.
Unruly Simeon's rolling with Commandy as his all-time favorite. He was definitely under consideration.
Oh, I love Commandy, but I talked about him in the last show. I went completely pitch crazy with Commandy, man.
Mhm.
I tell you what, Doctor Doom is the linchpin of the next couple phases of the Marvel cinematic universe. So if they gotta get Doctor Doom's gonna one of those characters they gotta get right, because if they don't, it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be good. But let's hope. Hopefully they get
We'll
it.
find out in Black Panther.
It's probably one of the important Kirby characters ever created, and
Really?
he probably just did it because he was, he had gas that day or
You
something.
kind of stumbled into a good one here, Victor.
Well, all right. Who killed Doctor Doom then?
He's not dead. Nobody dies in comics and stays
He dies all the time.
I mean, I haven't seen him in a comic in like the last decade, or have I just missed it?
That's because they overplayed him, and they just was like, okay.
Well, he was the pivotal character in the last Civil War, or not Civil War, Secret War. That Marvel did probably close to 10 years now, 5 or 10 years ago.
I haven't been in the game that long. I'm new to this, not true to this.
Yeah, he had kind of taken over all of reality and molded it to his will.
And who's to say it's not going the way he already did that? Maybe that's what he did in the MCU. This is his. Like, you think it's Kang, you think it's Thanos, but no, it's Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I hope not, because I'm tired of universe or multiverse bending stuff. We'll just stick to one, and we'll go from there. Who killed Doctor Doom? The first. Wait. The first Fantastic Four movie or the first Fox Fantastic Four movie? There's been 4 Fantastic Four movies. There's been the Roger Corman movie. There's been the 2 Fox movies, and then the final 2. Oh my goodness, that last one! That last one was all over the place.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they managed to make a bad Michael B. Jordan movie. That's how horrible Fantastic Four is. I never did understand why y'all keep wanting more Fantastic Four movies, but y'all keep saying he's important. We got the victory.
What is Doctor Doom's powers? I never
Well, that was my next question.
It's almost like whatever they need it to be.
Yeah.
Oh.
I never thought he really he would just make a machine that would do stuff. But they always give him like electricity powers.
Well, isn't he like smarter than Reed Richards?
Well, they're like they kind of compete on their level of intelligence.
I mean, that's what I got from the first Fantastic Four movie.
Well, in the comics, Doctor Doom, his powers are derived from both technology and magic.
Oh.
Like he's kind of digging into both realms and kind of putting them together to create his thing.
Okay.
I mean, he's got mommy issues that are behind his motivations, revenge issues against Reed Richards.
All right. So what's next on the list?
All right, let's see here. Chrome tab.
We can teach Victor about Dr. Doom later on. Ooh.
Captain Victory and the Galactic Rangers. And you're probably wondering why didn't Jamie get a better shot? You can go anywhere and get like the best shots. He gets these ones that's like in a window pane or something. It's like he reflected it in a mirror.
True
I don't
fact,
know.
I meant to edit it, but
should have asked me. I would have sent you one. Anyways, okay. Why did I choose Captain Victory? Okay. Because I think he's slept on, man. I think this also continues from the underexposed characters from the previous 5 months ago that we did our last show. And yeah, and he has Sue Storm's hair. This guy, if you actually delve into the story, it's basically a Star Trek meets like Star Wars, and it's Kirby, crazy Kirby stuff. It's just so crazy. Like in the first couple of pages, spoiler, Captain Victory just gets blown. He just gets killed. He puts on like this big machine helmet to control something, and then they blow him up. And then see, he's kind of like a Doctor Who. He's like Kirby's like, man, I'm just gonna throw everything in here. He's like a Doctor Who, but it's more like he has so many clones, and then they take his mind and like put him in. So it's pretty cool. And what it is the world's like overrun with like insect. Like I basically you probably watched Aliens or something. It was like, yeah, I want an avatar. These planets are overrun by aliens and they're being turned into hives, you know. And then the Galactic Rangers come in there and they gotta like try to help the planet or blow it up. They're not down. They don't care about, you know, hey, someone used to live there. Let's nuke this whole planet. It's kind of like Starship Troopers, RoboCop, and I could see it. If it was a live action movie, it could be pretty violent, man. It could be pretty violent. Yeah, it does have in the end, I guess this is a spoiler. In the end, you find out that like he's basically Orion's son, kind of. And it's almost like the trilogy. You know how John Carpenter has the trilogy, and Sergio Leone has his trilogy of movies that aren't connected, but they're connected. This is kind of Kirby's trilogy. You got Thor, you got the new guys who was kind of like, hey, I killed Thor, I killed that whole stuff, and now there's a new thing. And that's what Captain Victory is. It's kind of like, hey, new guys are gone. Also, what's important about the Captain Victory line is it was his first real creator owned.
Mm-hmm.
It's really its first creator owned. So he went completely nuts on this. He was just like throwing everything. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, there's bits of Star Trek and Doctor Who in there, Alien. He's got like, of course, Flash Gordon. It's Flash Gordon, Star Trek Flash Gordon, because you got the heroic lead, and then he's got like kind of the alien sidekicks and stuff.
Yeah, it's very space opera.
Yeah, it would be perfect for. You could tell it was a toyetic, man. He was making something for toys, and I was just looking at it today, man. This stuff is nuts. I mean, he's at his crazy best when you get a Kirby splash break, just like the weird. He's just blowing everything up, you know. Yeah, see right there. That was what page is this? It has a page number. That's his dead. He's just dead in the first couple pages of this comic book. And he's got Major Clavis. That's him right there, Major Clavis. And he's got like this is before they were doing, this is probably right before he did superpowers. And he's got the cyclotronic thing where he can kind of switch places or kind of take on properties of other characters, like, you know, like if he wanted to be like a big monster, he would take that on or something. At least that's what I got from what I found. Because Kirby was like, hey, yeah, I just threw this in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Kirby. Like I said, it's crazy Kirby at his best. And this is another thing. They had the lightning lady. Okay, she is like the head. She's the queen bee, basically. She is so cool. The hives, this is how the hives work in this, is there's one, basically your captain. and he gives energy to everything that you got. So like your weapons, everything like that. And if you kill that one person, that's going to disable that planet or whatever. So that's pretty cool. So it's like kill the captain, you know what I mean? Capture the flag. That's nuts to me. That's like, oh my goodness, this one character gives all the power to everything. So if you take that one character out, he really is so toyetic. It's almost a video game. And again, it's Kirby ahead of his time, way ahead of his time, kind of devouring every little thing that he's seen, you know.
So do you think he was ahead of his time or of his time at this point? Because at this point, Star Wars had come out, and that was influenced by New Gods. Toys
I think he was
improving. Was a big thing.
Let's just say he was improving on the stuff that was regurgitated out of his stuff.
I think
he was like, oh, you like that? Well, check this out.
I think this was him seeing everything else that he had predicted come true in comics and movies and, you know, toys and things like that, that the characters we see in comic books are ready to escape the pages and be shown in a more grand scale. And by that time, everybody had done that around him that he'd said that was going to be done a long time ago. So this was his coming back to that to say, here, this is how it should be. This is what I was talking about, and this is how it should be done.
I'm gonna put words in his mouth. So all I gotta say is it's Kirby crazy, and it's beautiful. It might be like, you see, I think what the biggest problem of this is the name Captain Victory. If it was something else, but here's why I think it's perfect. Captain Victory, because he's out to win, dude. It's like RoboCop. That's why I said it's like a Paul Verhoeven movie. He's there to just put it down your throat, man. So it's almost like, hey, here's John Wayne and the Galactic Rangers, right? And it's almost it's a comment on stuff, you know. He's like, oh, I'm here, man. You can't. It's great. I'm probably gonna go get the graphic novel if I can find it. But he's beautiful in this. Kirby goes crazy with splash pages. There's a couple in there I like considered getting a tattoo of, just like a wrap on my forearm. Just some crazy Kirby stuff in there. I'd pick it up, man. I'm giving. I think that's why he is number 9. He's my number. He's great. I think he belongs on a list, and I think he's underrated, and I'm having so much fun with him, and that's why he's one of my favorites.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, you got anything?
Well, no, I was going. So Gore mentioned that he had free reign in Pacific. Do you think that having that free reign was to his benefit or to his detriment? As far as
it was always a double-edged sword with Kirby.
I think it's to his detriment is because it wasn't a Marvel or DC. And then he was also doing animation and stuff like that. He just, after this, he went straight into superpowers, right? Probably. So they were probably like, hey, let's get him off of that, and we'll get him to do that. So that's perfect, like, you know. And I couldn't imagine him like a continuing thing. He needed to get in and get out. He needed to get in. Here's this stuff, and we won't, you know, oversaturate it. Boom, we're on to the next thing. He got so many ideas. So
you just need to start and hand it off to somebody else.
Yeah, it always suffers when someone else is doing it.
Uh-huh. So good morning, Sleepy Reader. Thanks for joining us. And Comic G Spot is here with us as well.
Jeez, move it.
So what's coming here? The ensorcelled robe. Oh. Magic Lasso. Okay, so I was actually just listening to a YouTube video on Kirby yesterday, and they were talking about kind of this time period and how, Kirby writing his own thing was always a double-edged sword, where he had been burned so many times by writing the story as far as what happened through the story, not necessarily dialogue, and never got credit for it, that he was like militant about either somebody's going to give me a full script and I'm going to draw based on their full script, or I'm getting all the writing credit and I'm doing it myself. And it always kind of suffered from somebody, just like the same kind of commentary we have about the Star Wars prequels, where it's like if George Lucas had a guy that was willing to sit there and tell him no every once in a while, it would have been created a much better product. I think it'd have been the same thing for some of Kirby's stuff.
I don't know. I think that's
not that they needed to reel him in, but just refine.
Well, see, that's what I was
the
thinking. I feel
dialogue.
like that's what the editor does, is just refine things, touches things up. And if you're the final say-so on everything, one you either get tired or you're like, this is good, and you keep it moving. And I always felt like iron sharpens iron, right? You need somebody else to
until you've read these, okay? You can't say, unless you've read them, you can't be like, well, this is bad dialogue and stuff. This dude was maybe going a mile a minute doing his stuff, but I want that. I want that untapped stuff. That'll show you what creatively he was wanting, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you a million of my ideas, and then you could be like, oh, I don't really like that. But then it becomes not my idea when you're trying to put your stamp on it. That's beautiful, man. That is art, okay? You want art, you want Kirby, you can check out Captain Victory. He might have been going nuts. He might have been insane. He might have started getting dementia. But that's beautiful. That's chaos. Kirby chaos. That's what I love. Go ahead. Sorry.
So this will lead right into wrong tab. This will lead right into my pick for this round. And I picked Orion just because we're picking individual characters here, so I just pick one. But
right.
I would have picked a whole pantheon of new gods if I could. But yeah. I said this the whole Captain Victory thing was going to lead into this, and it's timeline wise backwards. But Victor was asking, did Kirby ever create anything and just let other people come in and work on it? And one of the things I learned yesterday was that was actually the plan for the new gods, that Kirby was going to come in with the ideas, kind of lay out the universe, and they were supposed to bring in Steve Ditko and Wally Wood and some other relatively big name artists and writers to work on the line with him.
Okay.
But there was such a big kerfuffle at DC amongst editorial when he got there that people really in the company at the time just weren't on board with the idea of having Kirby come in. He didn't fit their house style. He was going to be given free reign to do whatever he wanted. And the people, the editorial at DC actually didn't understand what the appeal of Jack Kirby was when he came in.
Really?
Yeah. They were just so it was really Marvel and DC through the Silver Age were it really kind of showed the difference between like the conservative business-like culture of Middle America versus the counterculture in Middle America, where DC was establishment. If you went into the DC offices, you better have a tie on.
Oh,
if you went in the Marvel offices, you wear flip-flops and jeans.
Okay.
So
that's how Kirby could be the original social justice warrior at Marvel, but not at DC.
Yeah, kind of.
I read that in a headline the other day when I was searching on Kirby.
There you go. Chicago Schultze's joining us.
We're in Chicago or Schultze?
Well, Orion to me is one of those characters that not when Kirby was writing, but when other people started writing it, got off its trajectory. Like it became just like I'm gonna eat people's faces. I love war. But when he first wrote him, he was he was kind of like I'm fighting this war of inside me. That's why he hid his face. And then when he became like ugly, it was when it was getting out. So they kind of lost that especially by Cosmic Odyssey. He was just like, I love it. Let's kill this whole planet. Yeah. He destroyed the Thangarians or whatever. And I'm just like, eh. And that was Jim Starlin. So Jim Starlin was probably the closest you're going to get to like this mad, crazy universe, But
Gorvidal
Right.
brings up a good point. I want to go back and find the John Byrne and the Walt Simonson runs.
you probably find them in a quarter bin somewhere, you know.
You used to be able to, and now they've kind of all been trickled away, and you can't. They're actually kind of hard to find now. I know they're in collections though.
But to me, Orion he's the precursor almost to Wolverine.
Right.
Because he had the Berserker Fury that he had to, but he was like, I gotta cut this out. You know, you guys don't know what war. Like everybody's like, we'll go to war, and he's like, you don't want that. Like, okay, calm down, guys. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't that funny or anything. But that was the beauty of him, and then he had this burden of being Darkseid's son, and he knew that if he gave over to the dark side, that he would become like his father and stuff. You know, something they tried to do with Luke in the third Return of the Jedi, where he was like, "Oh, is he dark? He's wearing, you know." But and then you got to think about the fact that he had the Astro Force, and it was so that they don't play. I don't know. Orion's great. I like Orion. I could see them making an actual good TV show or movie out of him, but they wouldn't know what to do with him. They would give it to someone. They would do the Eternals to the new gods, and we don't need that.
Right. Exactly.
That was horrible.
Yeah. His little thing that he rides,
The Astro Force. That's the Astro Force.
There you go.
Man, I thought I knew this one, but it's not.
All right.
Huh?
I thought when he started talking about the thing that you're on, I'm like, oh, I know what that is, but I was thinking of something else.
His helmet's cool. I always liked the design of his helmet. So yeah, I'm on that. Okay, so next.
G Spot says, "Come on, inspiration for the original Sandman exactly seems to happen with a newer generation of humans." Okay.
Inspiration.
Oh my. All right.
Original Sandman. How many? There's been like 4 Sandmen. They've been the original
There was
Wesley Todd with the you know, and then there was the Sandman he did in the 70s for the first appearance, or the new, what was that, the first specials or whatever. When the red and yellow Sandman.
Yeah, that lasted a couple issues.
I'm assuming I'm going first again.
Yeah.
You are? Wait a minute. Granny goodness.
Granny goodness. First of all, I've never really known either of my grandmothers, so there you go. My dad's mom died the day I was born, and just never had a relation with my other one. But I just think that is interesting that the one beacon of goodness we have in this world, the nice granny who's baking cookies for everybody, is the most evil person in the world. Now, once again, I only know this from watching Young Justice, but she was a bad mamma jamma there.
She was a bad mamma jamma.
But not the 36, 24, 36 kind. You know, Granny looks like she might be rocking a little thickness there. But
yeah, readers on board.
But I wish they figure out some way to work this into something, because just make it, because if you don't know, you don't know. And just make her the nice person in the world, and all of a sudden, you know, year 2 into a TV show or something, she's the most evil thing going.
Yeah, it was perfect on the animated series. He had Edna Asner doing the voice. Like, here, my darlings, I'm here, my little baby. It was perfect. Huh?
The Bruce Timm Justice League International stuff.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll have to look for that.
You never watched the Justice League cartoons?
I might have.
You need to go back and watch those. Those are classics.
Yeah, they had that. I had her on there, and they had all the darks. Basically, what happened was everybody that knew about Kirby stuff, basically post-crisis, that's what happened. Is that the guys that love Kirby came in, like, all right, we're just gonna rewrite DC's universe, and we're just gonna smother it in Kirby. And that's what happened. So then that influenced today's stuff. Even though when you watch a movie with Steppenwolf in it and Darkseid, and you're just like, that is not them. That is not Darkseid.
The other thing
Neither
with
of those guys.
Young Justice, it's just like, yo, who's going to show up next? You know,
Yeah.
and
To me,
she
that's
got
like
her
Marvel. What
story.
Marvel does is they just take characters from a comic book and like, well, we don't have to make them just like the movie or just like the comic book, and they just, like this is Granny Goodness, but she tap dances or something. I don't know. All right,
Let's see.
Granny Goodness was number 7.
Something like that.
Correct.
Yeah, 10 was Doctor Doom. Granny Goodness is number 7.
So we're running through our streak of fourth world characters here.
Here we
Yeah.
go. Mr. Miracle. Okay, this is my pitch, man. Such a great story. Such a great story. The original stuff, I don't really follow the new, like, he has a baby and he's crying all the time stuff. To me, scot-free Mr. Miracle, that is such an FU to, like, I'm sure Evel Knievel was hot at the time, and Kirby was just like, oh yeah, this is cool. But it was also in his brain, hey Marvel, I escaped you. I'm escaping the chains, and he's proving that he can do it. And that's why I like Mr. Miracle. It's almost like, I'm free, guys, eat it. And the fact that he put it in there with like the escape artist, the idea of doing an ongoing cartoon or TV show of Mr. Miracle, I'm sure it'd blow a lot of people's minds. I mean, he comes in, you have the pre-Mr. Miracle, you have the Mr. Miracle that's the old man that passes on. In the comic book, he like dies in the first 2 episodes or something. But you could stretch that out, make it to where they're kind of buddy. He almost becomes like his father figure,
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Big Barda, who comes to Earth looking to smash him up, and then they fall in love again, And then O'Brien. I mean, it's so perfect. It's so toyetic, and again, it's stuck in the middle of he's kind of. I think Mr. Miracle is like the only new guy's character that's like survived, like to make it like mainstream in a sense. I mean, in other comic books, like he's in the Justice League, he's in this, he's in that. He had a figure. Of course, Orion did too, but I would take the Mr. Miracle figure over. I'm talking superpowers, guys. Sorry, I don't pay attention to most stuff nowadays. But if you can find those fourth world Jack Kirby figures, they're not the greatest, but they are pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got some of those.
But Mr. Miracle, I think there's so much like movie wise or TV show wise. You could I was like fan casting, not him, but I thought it would be great to get Christopher Lloyd to be the original Mr. Miracle, the old man.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, and he's got this crazy, maybe a younger Christopher Lloyd, like a Doc Brown, like, oh, we're gonna blow you up, and like have just the craziest, funnest stuff, But you can do so much with that. Anyways, it's such a love story between him and Big Barda. Just don't bring in I think when you bring in kids and stuff like that. Sorry, Jamie. You Sam and Diane the show, okay? You don't want to Sam and Diane the show. Or you don't want to Get Smart the show, man, because Get Smart did that where he got 99 and 86 together, and they had kids, and it was just like, all right, this is canceled, folks. Get out of here. Kids cancel show.
86 together where they make 185.
Jake Lloyd.
That's humor.
Jake Lloyd from Star Wars? Who's Jake Lloyd?
Yeah,
is that from the kid from Star Wars?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be.
Young Anakin.
Mm-hmm. He needs to escape something.
Yeah, that reminds me of the thing that's ticking me off about House of the Dragon.
Mr. Miracle was like my runner-up for this group of selections we made. I was hoping I'd be able to find a spot for him, and he just got bumped by characters like Better.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's because I took the idea. I took Mr. Miracle before you could bump him. Okay, well, he escaped your clutches. That's what it is. He's got free from you. You drain him of all the fun of it. I like how they put the mechanical things on him and bind him. That's exciting to me. I want to draw his knee.
Yay, I get to show mine next.
I'm just telling y'all, I'm killing this. I don't know. You guys over slacking on this. I haven't read any Kirby books except for new guys, and I'm killing this.
Dr. Doom and Granny Goodness, two good choices.
Nobody's gonna know who this guy is. They've never heard of him before.
Nobody would have suggested Granny Goodness. No one would have created Granny Goodness but Jack Kirby. Well, so there you go. So Jack Kirby Goodness belongs on a list of favorites. Oh, here's the safe choice, Silver Surfer. Yeah, what a safe choice.
Who else in the whole universe would have created a chrome guy on a surfboard but Jack Kirby? I mean, talk about your crazy ideas.
I'm just saying it's a basic pick. That's all I'm saying. I think Granny Goodness belongs over Silver Surfer because it's not your basic pick.
You're crazy.
Basic pick.
The Silver Surfer didn't talk.
Yes, he talks.
Yeah, he can do it all. He is overpowered, man. He is like they have to make up weaknesses for him.
I picked Silver Surfer because he is the one character at Marvel that no one ever debated whether it was a pure Jack Kirby creation or not. Because Stan Lee basically said, I created everything, and everybody agreed with him and bought into it, except Stan Lee told the story about how Jack Kirby introduced this crazy character on a surfboard, and he's like, Jack, what's this guy supposed to be? So even though Jack Kirby was either, I don't want to say sole creator, but an instrumental creator on most of the Marvel Universe, I put Silver Surfer in here as the tribute, as the one pure, totally made up guy by Jack Kirby that everybody enjoys.
Okay. I don't know anything about Silver Surfer except for there's a time when I first started talking comics with you that you were really trying to get the first appearance of Silver Surfer.
I am still trying to get the first appearance of Silver Surfer.
Nothing's changed in 3 years.
So, real quick before we move on from this basic pick, I gotta say I love Silver Surfer. I always love Silver Surfer. I have the old graphic novel, one of the first graphic Marvel novels. Mm-hmm. It's cool. It was like a premise for a movie. It would have been great. It's still good for a movie. Yeah, I don't mind Silver Surfer. I'm just saying that if you're gonna go get crazy, Silver Surfer's kind of like everybody likes Silver Surfer. It's like Mikey likes it even, and he likes everything.
Now, what's the difference between Silver Surfer and Silver Surfer Black?
I don't know. I didn't read Silver Surfer Black.
Oh, they're not like brothers or anything?
No, it's probably just got... No. Okay, so Silver Surfer Black is when he ran into the Venom stuff, right? And we got that on it.
Like that. It was tied into Gore, the god... Not Gore. It was tied into the other Donny Cates.
No.
That's it.
No, yeah. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just him getting extra powers and fighting it.
Yeah, he turned from chrome to black in the series.
Oh, upgrade.
The Chrome does that though, Chrome gets all like after a while, so
it gets tarnished. Yeah, it's a combination of Prometheus and Lucifer rebelling against the gods or God in the form of Galactus. Huh. Nice, Lady F. Let's see it. Surfer is the Lone Ranger of the cosmos.
But Lone Ranger had Thanos, so he wasn't really a Lone Ranger.
Silver Surfer got some symbiote juice on his butt crack.
There you go.
I almost picked Lucifer, but I didn't know. But I've been getting it confused with the TV show Lucifer. Y'all would have gotten mad at me.
Sometimes I'll rewatch Richard Gere's Breathless remake for the scenes when he reads the Silver Surfer comics. Nice.
Wow. Sounds like the perfect woman. You read comics to her in bed.
Silver Surfer.
Woohoo! All right.
I like Black Racer better because he's on skis.
Hey,
What's more
I do the fact
ridiculous?
that you
Skis?
can't find a brother on skis anywhere.
Okay, what's more ridiculous, skis or a surfboard?
A black
Skis.
person on skis.
That's whatever.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Silver Surfer was pretty much stolen away from Jack after creation.
All of them were. Anyways, it is here because here's the thing. Like, if you want to find who did most of Marvel, created most of Marvel, go back and look at Kirby's stuff before and after. It was basically like, all right, here's the tropes, and let's put them in there. Okay, you put words in their mouth. That's all that was happening. God bless Stan Lee, but come on, guys. What'd you do? You changed the name from Reed or Rick to Reed or something? I don't know. Here he is, guys. Wait a minute. Shouldn't he be number one?
That's what I'm saying.
How is he like number 3 on the top 3?
Because my character was number 1, remember?
Oh yeah. Collusion, guys. This is what happened. He used Vic to get all his guys as number 1. They've all been number 1s in the set, haven't they? Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Is it Fantastic 452 that I read? That had the first appearance of where the Fantastic Four is trying to invade. No, I can't remember which book it was, but or it was trying to invade Wakanda, right? And they got cut down, all of them. Why do these people keep trying to attack Wakanda? Because all they do is get cut down. And
there's not many stories you can tell.
In the comic book, but they kept calling it Wakanda. I love this. I love Black Panther. There's nothing not to like about it, at least in the comics anyway. I like him in the movies, but I really like Comixology had this thing where you could get all the Black Panther books for free. So I have like 150 or so Black Panther comic books. So I've been slowly reading through them, and I'm enjoying all of them. Going back to the beginning, the crossover, the Fantastic Four coming to get their butt kicked, the X-Men coming and get their butts kicked. Why do people keep trying Wakanda? Why? Stop it. Of course, apparently this new guy, what's the Underwater guy's name? Namor? Apparently he floods Wakanda. I'm curious how that happens.
You're right. You're right. It's a basic story that shouldn't be told over and over again. They should just get rid of the whole premise.
They're coming for
They should just not have Black Panther. What else is he gonna do?
Huh?
I mean, you don't want him to do the same story, then well, what are you gonna do? People like the last one, right? So they're gonna. I mean, we protect Americans protect America over and over again.
Oh no, I'm enjoying kind of cutting folks down for trying to take over. Because we must protect this house.
It's basically the Jason Voorhees. If you know he's in the woods in the camp, don't go in the camp, right? Why do you keep going there? It's like aliens. Let's see. HK Xavier says we missed everything. Is it top? It's Top Jack R. It's not Top Jack. It's our favorite. It's me, Vic, and Jamie Hood's favorite 10. Actually, 9 with the one being later, I guess. Our favorites. So if you don't like any of these, I guess came to the wrong shit. Here are our opinions. It's great. And we got a lot of them. How about you, Jamie? What do you think of Black Panther? I mean, what hasn't been said already of Black Panther and how important the character is?
He's important too.
I'll be honest. Of maybe all of Jack Kirby's creations, I have the least exposure experience with Black Panther.
See, that's why we work well together.
That's right.
He knows everything else about Jack Kirby. I know about Black Panther.
I don't think you know that much about Black Panther, though. So I don't think. No, I don't buy that. Yeah, Black Panther's always been. He's got a cool look, and he's got an important place in history. I don't say there's any stories of his that blow me away. I'm sure there's stuff in there in Wakanda, like in the little stories that some of that Kirby did. Probably got some cool tech and stuff. Then I might need to check him out more. But he's always kind of been, no offense to me, Black Panther's kind of been the event. He's been in the Avengers, in the comics. I'm saying in the comics.
Okay.
Whereas in the movies, they did the Iron Man to him, right? They did the Iron Man where they took this character that was kind of underplayed and everything. Like we were talking underused characters, and they were like, "Let's shine him up. Let's get him nice and golden." And we know what we got. And I think that's what they need to do a lot of to some of the, except they need to redo it to the Eternals, but movies saved Black Panther, I think the movies for Black Panther are his, like, guess what, guys? I got my stuff. All right. Now you know what I'm about.
Honestly, I think Marvel lucked out with Black Panther. In the movies, anyway. I think they're just like, you know what? We're hearing rumbles. We need to get somebody black out there. Oh, let's do a Black Panther movie. And then
I won't go that far. I'm saying they were like, hey, we can bring Black Panther and let's make him the pure form of it.
Well, I'm just saying, you look at the release schedule. They had to push back the movie because Black Panther was so popular. They had some of the schedules come out right on top of Black Panther when they had the release schedule.
Didn't they? Yep, I think you're right.
Well, then they were just like, doesn't. All I'm saying is they planned on doing Black Panther. They had planned on doing Black Panther. They didn't like all of a sudden, oh, we don't got any black characters out there. Oh no!
Yeah, I guess the word that bad. They planned on doing it, but I just don't think they expected it to be as good as it was. Or as popular as it was.
Well, yeah. Did you see the movie? Because it was the ending was just like Phantom Menace. Let's stand here while we're waiting for the thing. Okay, but the CGI fight that does not.
It was like they ran out of money at the end, right?
Yeah, I did. We're like, who we got? Okay. Anyways,
so okay,
it's good.
I mean, from the comic book collector side of me is like long term. I've always collected comics. Black Panther was sometimes a member of the Avengers, and other than that, he wasn't getting a whole lot of exposure,
right,
from the 80s to the 90s, really.
When they dusted him off to have him married to Storm, that was his like big comeback. You know what I mean?
I would say that the Marvel Knights miniseries was his big comeback because they had a quality creative team on it. It was an engaging story. And I think that kind of brought him back into the.
So what do you remember? You remember that? You think people remember that Marvel whatever you just talked about, or do you think they remember his marriage to Storm?
No,
they would have never done the marriage to Storm if he was his own character. If he was good enough to carry his own thing, they never would have had him marry Storm. If that was just like, hey,
who did that? Was that a Hudlin issue?
And yes, the ending was Phantom Menace. At least the fight scene.
Because I think they did that just to shine light on all the black characters. Because remember that wedding, they had Luke Cage show up, and everybody was in awe of Luke Cage being there.
Yeah, hey, maybe that's what they did. I'm just saying, is like if Black Panther was as popular as he is now, then they wouldn't even like, oh, what's Mary Storm and Black Panther? They wouldn't have done it. I don't think they would have done that. I'm just saying.
I think they'd have done it.
It was a freaking gimmick.
It was a chance to show
whatever. You guys, it's because of this. It's like, no, it's because they didn't have anything to do with the character, and they're like, oh, what we can do,
So, goodbye, Magic Lasso and Chicago Schultze. Thanks for joining us. Good morning, Discovery Bay Comics.
Disco.
All right. Where are we at? We got 3 more? Probably only got 2 out of that.
All right. Let's see who is next.
I'll keep it short. I know I'm number 2 with the Demon. Wait a minute. That's the Demon? Oh, I got the wrong one. No, I'm joking. Of course, it's Jack Kirby's greatest. And let me tell you, this guy, I just love. He's so not super heroic. It's X-Files. It's Kolchak. I think it's Kolchak, the Night Slayer or whatever. It's so much fun. It has sorcery and knights and all that stuff. It's beautiful, man. I'm telling you. There's so much potential in anything demon, right? I don't like the rhyming stuff. But
It drives me
again,
nuts to read it.
Kirby's like getting this thing going, He's like, well, I'm going to do this in this book, and then this book is going to be a monster book.
Mhm.
He's fighting Frankenstein creatures. He's fighting everything. And that's beautiful. So it's like X-Files and stuff like that. So you can just have a good time with him. And he's so like emo kind of like, he would be a great TV show. Why they don't do it is because, of course, the CGI, it costs too much for
I was thinking, I'm surprised he ain't making an appearance on Lucifer.
Again, they're not going to do that because, the CGI would cost too much, and Lucifer sucks. But anyways, this is the thing. This is why I don't like them cramming all these characters into one show. Like, don't do that. These are brands on themselves, okay? You got to... The Demon could be its own franchise. You don't go, hey, let's just shove this dude in this badly rated TV show. You don't do that. You take the Demon and you like, okay, here's Jason Blood, and people will rock. That's who they should have got Robert Patterson to play, or whatever his name is, Patterson to play. He would have been Jason Blood, dude. He would have been a good Jason Blood. He's emo and he's all like, ooh, and he's got the white strip in his hair and stuff. Dude, he would have been way better. He knows about playing. But no, let's get him to play Batman so he can cry all the time as Batman. I don't like that. Anyway. Demon. TV show, movies, franchise series. And the reason why I like him so much, he just looks cool. And he's getting away with red and yellow. And he's ugly. And I like ugly characters because everybody's pretty nowadays. There you go. Well, Jason Blood would be a little emo, He'd be like, "Oh, I'm stuck doing this." He didn't like the Demon. They didn't get along, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The shoes do match his eyes.
Okay. I got to get some more Demon. All I've got as far as the Kirby work is the first issue.
They had a graphic novel out that combined all of them. It was the same as the Mr. Miracle, the Mac Commandy, and the New Gods and Forever people they put out.
Yeah, I want to have the floppies of this though, and I'm not sure why. I think part of it is I want to see, colorful, clean Kirby art, but still have that Ben-Day dot in it.
So you want to smell? You want to get high off the pages?
Yeah, I want to smell the pages.
I got a couple of them. They're beat up though. But if you want to read it, get the graphic novel, man.
Sure. All right.
Or come to the dark side and get a digital copy of it.
Ooh, a young Bruce Campbell would have been great as Jason Blood too. But he would have been too sparky. He would have been too like, oh yeah, there you go, form a man, whatever.
All right. So this one should be the most obvious choice.
Who's that?
For
Rock guy?
Yeah, the Rock guy.
Rock?
The Rock.
Big ground.
Get a piece of the Rock. Yeah, the Thing. I like the Thing the best as a Jack Kirby character because I think it translates Jack Kirby's own personality, and it kind of is the comic book personification of Jack Kirby himself. I think it's got a lot of pathos in the character. He's kind of trapped in his situation, but he's also a family man. He fights for what he thinks is right, and you can smell what Ben Grimm is cooking. That's right.
Has anybody done that? A Ben Grimm with the eyebrow up, and he's like,
that would be great. Sunglasses and the people's eyebrow.
Brahma Bull tattoo on him. I'm sure they've done it. They've done that. But yeah, I'm on board for Benjamin J. Grimm, and I've always loved the thing. I've always loved Ben Grimm. Always been one of my favorites. Uh, can't wait for the movie. I want to see it actually done right. I don't know if they can do it. It's so
I
funny
know.
how basic he is, but yet they flub him every time.
Oh, he's. I mean, I know you did a good job drawing that spiky version of him. I have the hardest time drawing any version of him, and have him come out looking like the way I think he should.
Right. There is such a trick to drawing either form of the thing, right? You just got to do it right. I mean, even no offense, I didn't even really like Kirby's version of the thing that much. Not every time, it was hit or miss. You got to get to Buscema when you do. He always did a good Ben Grimm to me, but don't tell Jack I said that. Sorry. How about you, Vic? What do you think of Ben Grimm? Okay.
I told you I really
Well, he
like
hasn't been.
Fantastic Four much.
You don't watch it.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be watching it. You're supposed to be reading.
Or read it. Well, other than
Well,
when
no,
they're in
because
somebody else's book.
he's our TV movie guy.
Or when they're in somebody else's book, but I've never really been a fan of the Fantastic Four because I just feel like
Okay, so the Thing was the most popular guy from the Fantastic Four for a long time, and then they just kind of, I don't know, he just fell out of service, and they made him too emo when he got his face mutilated and he had the helmet on and stuff. Again, great idea, guys. But even then, if you go back and read it, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a real bad stuff. Basically, the Thing is all of us when we're like, oh, I don't want to be, don't look at me, don't touch me, just a grumpy guy. That he was in love with Sue Storm, and then he got turned ugly. Everybody loves Sue Storm. Everybody wanted Sue Storm. But there you go.
This is one of the images. I mean, it's been recolored. It's a modern coloring version, but this was always one of my favorite images of him. It's a splash page from FF51, I think. And I think this is what the image a lot of artists, especially John Byrne, have kind of used as representation of what they think the Thing should look like. We're puppets.
We're Statler and Waldorf.
Hey, so yeah, that's cool. The Thing, he was number 2. So now we got to decide, folks, if we got anybody left in here.
We got to have people.
Whose favorite guys did you like the most, and which one of us should pick number 1? Did you like Jamie's, who had Ben Grimm, he had Orion, and he had Silver Surfer? Did you like that, his set? Did you like Vic's, which is Dr. Doom, Granny Goodness, and the Great Black Panther? Or did you like mine, which was kind of off the wall? It was Captain Victory, Mr. Miracle, and who was the last guy?
Demon.
The demon.
The demon. See, I'm getting tired. Who did you pick? Who do you pick? Do you want me, Vic, or Jamie? Just pick your favorite guy and let whoever you want to ramble on about the number one pick. Put it in here. Tell us who it is. Vic, me, and the demon. Oh,
I want you to ramble on about it though.
So,
yeah, I got a question. Is your back hurting, Vic, or are you just getting up to pass gas?
Actually, it's my knee.
We have a vote for Jamie. Who? Anybody else left? Or did they all leave us because it was getting long on the tooth?
I voted for you, demon.
Well, you gotta be. There might be if you pick the right person. Which one do you want to hear? We each have our number ones, okay? And to hear, you got to pick one of us. And we have a number one, and we'll pick it if you pick one of us. Basically, what am I saying?
I don't think Kirby ever worked with Denny O'Neil.
Oh, that's why I never heard of Jack Kirby before this.
We got 2 Jamies. Well, okay, no Captain America for you. I got an Alan. But what's vamp while we're waiting for our names to be? Okay, that's a cheat. That's relatives there saying now. I don't know. We got a hood. We got 3 hoods here. Any more? Is that it? Once everybody. Well, hey, let me vamp about next week real quick. Well, is that all the people?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, next week we're not doing a pop culture.
Sketch.
We're not doing a pop culture clobbering time, right?
Right.
Okay, so then next week I will be on with Vic or without Vic. I don't know if he's going to show up.
One time.
I will be doing Sketch 'em Up next weekend. Same bat time, same bat channel. Same hood time, same hood channel. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be doing Reign of the Superman from the right after the death of Superman. I'm going to be doing, I'll probably be putting up some artwork on my Instagram in between them of the 3 guys. Okay, so the main event, of course, you got the 2 guys in the main event, and then you got the 3 guys that are going to be coming up during the week. So that's got to be a surprise, right? But the 5 characters I will be doing, Mullet, Black Suit Superman, because of course he came back. You got Steel, you have Cyborg Superman, Eradicator, and Superboy. So those will be the 5 sketch cards I will be doing. And then next week you'll see them, and then I'll do some live, and I might be giving some away. I like to send stuff to people. So if you want to get in on that action, get on there and go, hey, I want this. You know.
I just need you to post those to your Instagram stories and play a wonderful hit by the group 2 Tons of Fun. It's Raining Men. Just say it. That's what you need. That's how you need to post it out. Put on your stories. It's Raining Men. That'll be great.
Raining Men. Oh, Rain. It's Raining Superman. All right. So I think we got our winner. I think Jamie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right.
I think Jamie's the winner because people just want to hear him talk.
We get to listen to the boring guy talk.
Ooh, wait a second. We can do this like they used to do Around the Horn. He'll get 30 seconds all to himself.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I should share the screen before you do that.
Oh.
There we go.
Who is it? Galactus! He loves the World Eater, huh?
Yeah. I mean,
he's such an exciting character, but this is your pick.
Yeah. The end. See you guys.
I'll tell you what. This is so you. Just a stoic dude that just like, yeah, whatever.
I'm hungry. Feed me. But no, I mean, he had Dr. Doom, but did we ever feel threatened by Dr. Doom in the first 48 issues of Fantastic Four? Did we actually feel like the world would come to an end if the Fantastic Four did not defeat him? That's what we got when Galactus came. The stakes had never been higher. This was the first time where the Earth itself, everyone on the Earth was in danger, and the Fantastic Four had to come through or it was all over. So how do you get any more epic of a villain than Galactus, the World Eater?
He's not really a villain, though, is he?
Well, he's just hungry.
He's eating, dude. This guy is the last survivor. He's a combination of his entire planet's beings, isn't he? They made this character out of him. Well, Darkseid wasn't even on the list. He wasn't even one of our 3 picks.
But he's a Kirby creation that we could have chosen, is what he's saying.
Here's my question. If he's the World Eater, I mean, was he trying to eat Earth? Is that what the deal was?
Yes, he was sucking the energy out of Earth so that he could survive. That's what he does. He goes from
he was just vacationing. He was vacationing on Earth.
Wouldn't
they were trying to get him
to stop
double parking.
Let's not get tactical about these things.
Yeah, I never watched it. I want to do a complete show about the Fantastic Four with Vic. Just like when he sees a character, just try to explain it. he can explain the whole show.
Well,
Vic on Fantastic Four.
here's how we'll stage it. We'll show him We'll show him a character. Victor, was this character originally created in the Fantastic Four or not?
No, he's part of the New Gods.
What are we talking about?
Galactus. Have you been here the whole time?
Oh yeah, he was created for the Fantastic Four. He came in issue 49 after they took care of Victor Von Doom.
There you go.
Wait a second.
I have a major headache right now.
His cameo was 48.
Tell me you weren't being serious about him being a part of New Gods.
No, I was trying to be funny.
Okay. I couldn't tell. You're so little on the screen.
Well, here's my question, because, 52, they go to Wakanda, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they took care of Galactus in 3 issues?
Look, the stretch of Fantastic Four between 48 to 52, that's the top of the heap.
I mean, it took him 44 issues to take care of Victor Von Doom. And you're saying this dude is better than Victor Von Doom?
Well, Victor Von Doom had shown up a few times in that span. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. So,
readers on board.
Is Galactus actually number 1? He's a girl. No, Captain America is, man. I'm taking this over. This is bogus, and you know it. Captain America is number 1, even though he had help from the Joe Simon guy. Listen, Jack Kirby's, when he pumped life into Captain America, everybody knows that's the heart of comics now. It's the heart of comics. And you guys like a world eater. You like a crumb bum. That's the number 1, baby. Captain America. Don't be giving me that. Oh my goodness. This is honorable mentioning. We're actually honorable mentioning Captain America. He's my number 1. You guys get out of my face with that. You can tell me the most boring character. Oh my goodness. Galactus is unique because he just stands around. I mean, it's like Darkseid. He just stood around for a lot. But now they got him where he fights everybody. Gee whiz. Unbelievable. I'm ashamed. Chris Evans forever. That's right. That's why you don't like Captain America. The Chris Evans stench has gotten on it for you, huh?
Right.
You're unbelievable, Jamie. You can come on with a Galactus, a guy that don't do anything. You're talking Mr. Action Captain America here, huh? Mr. Red, White, and Blue, through and through. When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those that oppose his shield must yield. Okay? Get out of my face. He's number 1, and you know it. Not Black Panther, not Nick Fury, not Granny Goodness. Not any of those. Jack Kirby created with Joe Simons the perfect superhero. Encased all of it, man.
I'm
you
just
got
saying.
Andy.
Granny Goodness will put all of them through the mat.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Would you though?
Oh, because the hook about crook.
Hook and crook, man. That's what I'm talking about. Crook and hooks.
I
Crooked hook.
All these choices right here.
Even mine?
What is that? Cap and the Surfer. Okay, I get that. Man, I think Cap's still number 1. He's more exciting. Well, if that's your favorite, I'm talking about something that's going to be more exciting to read or watch than a guy like farting in a seat, eating planets, Oh, a little indigestion for me. What does he do besides that? All he does is like, all right, dude, I'm hungry. He orders out. He's a big slob at home ordering Uber Eats all night. That's Galactus. Uber eating Galactus, man.
All right.
My cheeks.
We showed your bonus pick. Let's show.
Oh no, we don't need to do all that.
Let's show Victor's. This is no slouch.
Hydra?
No, Nick Fury.
Hell, Hydra.
Oh, wait a minute. That ain't Nick Fury.
That is down there.
I think Vic's upset that it's not the Samuel Jackson Nick Fury.
Or the Will Smith Nick Fury.
Who? You mean? Oh, you mean Tom Selleck? Not Tom. What's his name? Not Tom Selleck.
Daniel Hasselhoff. David
Daniel Hasselhoff, his brother. I'm Daniel Hasselhoff. And when his bay watch is where they go into bay windows and they watch to the bay windows and that. I hear Galacticus just groaned. So, anyways, hey, next weekend, sketch them up with me and Vic and anybody else that we can sucker into joining. Check us out, 10:30 a.m. on the dot. I don't know what time it is, everybody else, but you can go. You can have special, one of a kind sketch cards sent to you. If you just give me your social security number. No, I hadn't. But listen up. I'll tell you, next weekend's gonna be a blast. Me and Vic, we're gonna get crazy, and we're doing the Reign of the Supermen, and we're listening to "It's Raining Men" by Tons of Fun, and we're just gonna be doing lines of fun stuff. And we're just maybe something crazy. That's where this sticker came from. Was one of the first sketch 'em up where I was talking about Dr. Doom being a door-to-door scam artist. And maybe something will come out of the Reign of Superman. Maybe we'll do a Tons of Fun sticker where they're super.
We could do Jamaican Superman.
There you go. I'm not doing that. All right, guys, I got to get going, but I appreciate hanging out with my buddies all the time.
That's right.
Yes.
We thank everyone for joining us. We've still got Sleepy Reader, Gore Vidal, Comic Kid 84, Discovery Bay with us. Let's see, we had HK Xavier with us before. Ben Compton was here. Lady F was here for a while. Good to see all of you this morning. Thanks for joining us. Remember, on the J Hood channel, we remind you to keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books. We'll see you next time.
Sorry.
Whenever there's a crime, who's always there to fight it? Whenever there's a wrong, who's always there to right it? When someone breaks the law, who do people holler for? It's the Batman. It's the Batman.